Hi, it's Angelo Caruso, and I want to talk to you about a very misunderstood topic, something that some people go their whole lives never actually figuring out. It's the concept of money. And I'm going to be highlighting an excerpt from this book, which is called Work Hacks 300 Cool Ideas to Speed Career Success. The book has come out in a number of reprintings, it's been improved through the years, but I created the content in what was called evergreen format at the time. The idea is that these ideas would hold up over time and help people for many years to come. So 5 cool ideas for getting your head around money. And the first one is that money doesn't motivate a lot of people. In fact, I've never been motivated by money. I remember one time I had a job, and I've been a commission salesperson my entire life, right? I had a sales job one time, and my manager called me into her office, and she always had these exotic contests on how to, that would motivate us to sell more. You know, win a flat screen TV, go on a trip, this type of thing. And I always did my best. I didn't really care about the prize. And my boss picked up on this and she called me into her office and she said, you know, we have these great contests to incentivize the salespeople, but they don't seem to have your attention. And I said, that's right. That's correct. I'm not motivated by winning first prize. And I also had this thing in the back of my head. If I win, everybody else on my team loses. And so she said, well, if money doesn't motivate you, Michael, what does? And I said, attention, actually. And I don't know that she ever picked up on my concept because I didn't receive a lot of compliments from this particular boss. I didn't stay at the job long, and I moved on and she moved on. And that's just how it goes a lot of the time. Most people, in fact, are not motivated by money, and you'll see that that becomes clear here in the next 4 examples. So I'm reading from page 120 of this book, and it's 5 hacks for getting your head around money. So the first technique or the first idea is that other things motivate other than money. The second one is that smart people make money, but most people don't get smart. So for some time now, and the statistic hasn't changed through the years, you might be convinced that a lot of people are going to college and preparing for college and going to college and graduating from college, and that, you know, a large percentage of the say United States population is college educated or has some sort of a Bachelor of Arts degree. And the truth is only about 35% of all adults have a college education. The number hasn't changed appreciably through the years. Most people don't actually care to get formally educated, which is a shame because in our society, you tend to make more money if you have that kind of degree behind you. I'm not saying you need that degree in order to do well. I'm just saying that's the perception that is rooted very deeply in our consciousness in the United States. So while smart people make money, most people don't bother getting really smart, at least through a formal education. The third concept I want to share with you is that most people will decline opportunities to make more money. So a lot of people would have you think, well, they're trapped in their job. They have no other choice. They have to make the amount of money that was offered to them in the job that they're at right now. And that's just not true. There's been a lot of research done, and the easiest one of all is just to ask yourself this question. You make X amount of money at your 40-hour-a-week job right now. Would you like to double your income? And if you think you're money motivated, if you're desperate for money, if you have big goals for money, the default answer might be right away, oh yeah, of course I will. But when I give you the opportunity to double your money by working twice as many hours, you would decline in a hurry, right? So the concept of doubling your revenue, for you at least, is conditional. You won't do it under any condition. So again, money isn't the most important. It may be important, but not as important as sleep, your social life, your mental health, a balanced work-life pattern. So the other example is in Alaska, a lot of people are paid more money to work the same job that they would work in the lower 48. And it's because Alaska is not the preferred place for a lot of people to live. By the way, I've been to Alaska 4 times, 5 times now, each time to speak. Enjoyed touring the state. It's a wonderful state with lots of great people up there. But, you know, they have a lot of cold the winter season's very long. There's very little sunlight. And I do believe the people up there, they have a certain kind of personality, in Alaska. These people are stout and they're survivors and they get through it, man, right? Not everybody has that. And so Alaska knows this as a workforce, and they pay more money for the same job if you care to relocate, right? Here's the thing, most people won't relocate to Alaska. So again, if I offered you a chance to make more money at the exact same job you're doing now, would you do it? And a lot of people would say, yeah, of course, man, pack me up, I'm moving. But when I tell you the job is in Alaska, you'll politely decline and say, no, thank you. Again, money not being quite as well understood in that way as even you thought it might be. The fourth idea is that money doesn't change somebody's core values. If you're going to look after something in your life, look after kindness, or look after being a good person, or look after being ethical and moral. Because when you get that part of your house in order, the money can come, right? But if you've got issues, if you're like a three-legged bar stool and two of the legs are crooked, then it doesn't matter how much money you're making. Everybody knows rich people who are terribly unhappy. They drink too much. They don't take care of themselves. They're rude to others, right? Rude to the little people. And I would much rather be the decent person who makes an average amount of money. Seriously. And I think if you give that some consideration, you'll probably come to the same conclusion, that money doesn't change core values. So work on core values first. So in review, there are many things that motivate more than money. Smart people make money, but most people don't care to get educated. Most people will decline opportunities to double or even triple their income, and money doesn't change your core values. So the fifth idea, final idea, is that the free market economy is the great equalizer. And what I mean by that is that a lot of people working a job say, well, I'm worth more money. They'll cross their arms. There's this like defiance, my boss doesn't appreciate me for who I am, and I could make more money if I just went down the street. And the free market says, well, then you go down the street. You change jobs and go. And if and by the way, define more money: a quarter, 25 cents more an hour, $1 more an hour to commute 10 more miles away from home. So some other things change when you get that incremental raise, right? And again, if you're slaves to the dollar and you're thinking that you're not compensated properly or fairly, you have the opportunity to vote with your feet and go to that other job. Again, research shows that people will stay at the job that they're at for lots of reasons, but perhaps a good reason to stay is you are getting paid what you're worth. You are getting paid what the free market dictates you should be paid. And until you do something about that, nobody's going to pay you appreciably more money for a better situation. So I hope this has been helpful as you get your head around money. These tips are from a book called Work Hacks that I wrote several years back. And you're welcome to pick it up on Amazon or wherever you can find it in a bookstore. Thank you very much, everybody, and good luck with your money. We'll see you soon.